Warning, the following figure in the vintage collection is amazing. Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. Wait for him to turn and face us. Yes, I've been meaning to get this open, looking forward to it, should we say. And now I have. I am not disappointed at all, man. I knew I wouldn't be. I've heard too many good things about it. But it is the Death Watch Mandalorian. And I'll tell you something, there's a couple of things that annoy me about it. Number one, look, there's quite a few things, in fact. I'm going to tell you what they are now before I'm going to keep you hanging. But look at that. It does that, which is something that the Boba Fett should have done. Which Boba Fett do I mean? I keep forgetting the numbers, man. That one right there. That should have had that. I think there was another figure they did recently where they could have and should have done rangefinder articulation. Also, quite shallow peg holes. And also, I think that's it. He is ultra posable. In fact, I'm going to just let him spin for a bit and show you a few of the points of articulation. Break all the rules of this series. But yeah, an amazing figure. And also, when you look at it as well, you think, my God, number one, they could have done a better Boba Fett, and they still could in the future. But also, Jango Fett always comes to mind when I look at this figure. I know he's not exactly like Jango, but he's blue like him. And I just think that after having a few conversations, let's go handheld, with a few people recently, it's a shame they didn't do a Jango this year, this 20th anniversary year. But still, let's have a look at him. The car back image is brilliant. These are the guys who rescue the young Din Djarin. I'm focusing on the car back there, just that's where the figure is a little bit blurred. But we'll look at the figure in the bubble as well, so I can show you these accessories. Right, look at that. There's his blaster. Now his blaster, you'll see it in a minute, has got no weathering on it. So that's not a major deal breaker or problem, but the vintage collection, we have been treated to some extra detail here and there, which sadly they omitted from this. It doesn't half make the world of difference. That blaster does it. See, it's got a little brown handle there. But look at the detail of the figure. He looks good in that bubble. That's like a pure Fett Mando helmet. That rangefinder is brilliant. You see, why didn't they do that on Boba Fett? And I think there was, I can't think right now, there was another figure that came out that didn't have range articulation, but still, oh well. And then down here, I couldn't decide on a pose to put him in. He's so posable, but I just put him in that one there. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that annoys me about the figure. I hate those ring handle helmet, those ring triggers. I don't know how to, I hate having to put the hands in them. And I can never get it to work. Boba Fett has one. I feel like they kind of got to stretch them, and then the butt of the gun's like going, not really as it should, holding a gun. It's, I don't know how it works. So I've got him just holding it like that. His finger's not through the ring, but great figure, look at this. Not a removable helmet, but then again, neither was that Boba Fett. The one with the blue sky car back, but still, at least they are nailing good figures like this in 3 3/4 inch scale. I've got him in this pose here just to, in fact, you know what, that's almost like a throwback, speaking of Jango Fett, to the Jango figure in the 2002 line. He had that pose where he's got like one leg straight and one knee bent. Not articulated at all, those figures. They were statues, but that's just the way I wanted to do it, because he's got the rocker ankles and all this great articulation. I did have him on one of these stands here. These I got from Ian's Display Accessories, but they're not wide enough. I wanted a real wide stance, so I got one of these ones that come from the Legacy Saga Legends mold or whatever they're called. But again, he's really, really posable, but the sad thing is that those peg holes are very shallow. He's not alone on that one either. There's loads of figures in TVC that, see, it should plug right in, really. It should plug right in. No really about it. It should. Anyway, as you can see, I'll just go through some of this articulation, because you pick him up and you think, my God, he'd go anywhere you want him to. There's the swivel here just above the ball joints, and then also there's another, see the ball jointed knee there, and then the rocker ankles. You could get him in any pose you want, man. He's great. I was going to army build him, but I don't know if I've got any spare ones or not, but I'll be quite happy just to have one of him on a shelf with a young Din Djarin. So maybe customize something, but there is something special, man. You see figures like this and you think they have not let the original 3 3/4 inch scale go by the wayside. They are giving you, ladies and gentlemen, quality. These are great figures. I think the last thing I was saying was they have not let us down in 3 3/4 inch. It is, as we say, the legacy scale, the first original scale. These figures are as good in technical, whatever, detail and motion mechanisms, the way they can move as any scale. And it's just good to see the detail is right there. The detail of paint application, sculpt, and also articulation. I just think they're fantastic. And now with this added point here with this, it's just the one thing that's a problem with this figure. The fact that we've had a really good Boba Fett recently, although I found he fell over a lot. But he didn't have this, which I think would have made him the definitive. And we'd waited so long for a blue sky card. That would have been the chance to make the blue sky the best. But it doesn't matter. It leaves it open for another Boba Fett somewhere along the line. Maybe on a completely alternative card. Anyway, I'll let you watch him for a bit longer. I have just remembered a figure recently. Just bear with me. Yes, man, I knew it. I knew it. This was the figure I was talking about. I said that I knew there was another figure that could have had articulation, range articulation, and it was this one. Boba Fett again, but this is obviously based on him in Book of Boba Fett / Mandalorian Season 2. Yeah, look at that one. He doesn't have it, but this guy does. I find that amazing that they've done it. In fact, they did it for, what are they called? All those clones, Jesse and Fives and all that. They had it, I think, but interesting how they chose not to for our man here. And he even uses the rangefinder in Book of Boba Fett. No, he doesn't in Mando. Well, yes, he does in Book of Boba Fett. Of course he must. Definitely does in Mando too, when he blows out those, or shoots down those stormtroopers. I still haven't opened my other one of him. This is based on the Book of Boba Fett, this one here. It's funny this, I'm reviewing, talking about him now, and I should be really talking about our friend here, but still, it's all relative. It's all Fett sculpts, isn't it, and the future of it, when we're going to get a Django or not. Django also uses his rangefinder when he's trying to get, he fires it down in that fight in the rain. But anyway, it's all interesting stuff, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching. One final time, thanks for watching. I have been only one Kenobi. Only one. Out.